Now again we will start with the Freud's and psychodynamic perspective. According to Sigmund Freud, the level of consciousness is dependent on your experiences. So he simply says that the one-tenth portion of your mind is conscious and the remaining is unaware part, which is known as unconscious states of mind. Sigmund Freud was not basically a psychologist, but he was a doctor, and he has gone through various experiences, and through that he has made a certain theory regarding about this. So he has made various concept according to that. In this, we have already discussed about the Sigmund Freud and theory. According to Freud, unacceptable urges and desires are kept in our mind unconsciously, and our unconscious refers to the mental activity of which we are unaware and unable to assess. So Sigmund Freud simply says that whatever is in our unconscious states of mind is the our urges or our desires which is kept hidden inside our mind, and this all comes under our unconscious states of mind. And he further explained that our personality develops between the conflict between our biological aggressive or pleasure and our socialization. So what our biological needs are there and what our societal needs are there, these two brings a conflict, and these two brings our personality to open. He simply described about our mind by the conscious and unconscious one-tenth portion of the which is the visible part through an iceberg theory. And in the iceberg theory, you can simply see that the one-tenth portion of ice is visible, and the remaining is the unconscious states of mind, are in which your superego, your ego, and your id are complete, not completely, but most of them are hidden. So what's your ego? It's which makes you identify the which is wrong and which is good, and id is your pleasure principle, whereas it is your inborn characteristics, your such as hunger, thirst, all comes under your in your id category. Superego and ego is inherent. Okay, not sorry, it is not inherent, it is developed according to your lifestyle or your exposure. So your superego makes you, it is not right to do that, whereas the id always forces you to the things to be done. Once your desires is fulfilled, your id category or id desires are fulfilled, whereas ego says it deals with their compromise. It is not forcefully doing the things in the ego center. Next topic we will see about the defense mechanism. So Freud believed that feelings of anxiety results from the ego's inability to mediate the conflict between the id and superego. When this happens, Freud believed that ego seeks to restore balance through various protective measures known as defense mechanism. So in defense mechanism, we can simply define that Freud believed that it's our anxiety resulting to form an ego, which will deal with our conflicts of id and superego. So what id is a pleasure principle, and superego is also a pleasure principle, but id is satisfied once its desires are fulfilled. So, and sometimes we protect ourselves by using the defense mechanism, and there is various forms of defense mechanism we will see here. So first one is the denial, that is refusing to accept the real event because they are unpleasant. Denial, it simply means not accepting whatever be the real event, we are not accepting as it has happened. For example, here is a Kayla refuses to admit she has an alcohol problem, although she is unable to go a single day without a excessive. So here Kayla is denying that she is having a problem with alcohol consumption, but in a reality she used to take alcohol regularly in an excessive amount. Unless and until she is not having an excessive amount of alcohol, she is not, her desires are fulfilled. So here is the denial, a person is not accepting his or her mistakes. Next one is your displacement. Transferring inappropriateness, urges or behavior onto more acceptable or less threatening targets. So displacement simply transferring into the another thing, such as during a lunch at restaurant, Mark is angry at his older brother but does not express it to the server. So displacement, here the Mark is angry and to his older brother, and he does not express its angerness. So it's a more acceptable less threatening targets. कई बार हमको गुस्सा आता है तो हम अपने से कोई जो हमसे कमज़ोर है उसके ऊपर गुस्सा निकाल देते हैं, या फिर ऐसी चीज़ों भी निकाल देते हैं जिसको कोई एक्सेप्ट ना करे. हम अपना गुस्सा कहीं और दूसरी तरह ट्रांसफ़र कर देते हैं. नेक्स्ट वन इज़ योर प्रोजेक्शन. Attributing unacceptable desires to the other. Chris often cheats on her boyfriend because she suspects he is already cheating on her. Projection simply means a person is unacceptable desires to the others. Whatever the person is doing, he thinks or she thinks that I am doing this or those behavior because the other person is doing same things to me. Here is an example of a Chris is a girl who is cheating her boyfriend, and she thinks that because her boyfriend is already cheating to her, so that's why she is cheating to her boyfriend. Next one is the rationalization. Rationalization simply means giving a reason. So justifying behavior or substituting acceptable reasons for a less acceptable real reasons. That is rationalization. Rationalization is simply giving your excuses. Why I have done this. He failed his history course because he did not study or attended the class, but he told his roommates that he failed because the professor didn't like him. So this is very common excuses if student used to be. Okay, when they don't get good marks in the exams, what they used to say, teachers don't like me, professor don't like me, lecturer don't like me, and she has some personal issues with me, that's why she has given me less marks, or she has failed me, or he has failed me. It is a rationalization. Or sometimes we give other excuses, but we are not. I was not good. I was having so and so medical issues. That's why I had not scored good marks. Next one is the reaction formation. Reducing anxiety by adopting beliefs contrary to your own beliefs. Naida is angry with her co-worker's wife for always arriving late to work after a night partying, but she is nice and agreeable to bed and affirms her praying as a good. So reaction formation, reducing your anxiety, adopting beliefs and contrary to your own beliefs. So what the person used to do, he forms a reaction to sometime as a goal to so that adopting the someone else behavior. So that is reaction formation. Next one is repression, suppressing painful memories and thoughts. What we usually used to do, we suppress our painful memories and thoughts, whatever be the situation in our life. So here the Teresa cannot remember her grandfather's fatal heart attack although she was present. So repression. I used to suppress my painful memories of my father and sometimes of his memories related to our family timing. So this is a repression. And because I miss my father. Next one is the regression. After failing to pass his doctoral examination, Roger spent days in bed studying his favorite toys. So regression, returning to coping strategies for less mature stages of development. Here regression is we individual try to cope up with his or her problem, so in a less mature manner. Here the person called Gloria is using her toys to cope up with her exam stress. Sublimation, redirecting unacceptable desires through a social acceptable channels. Here, so the Jerome desires for revenge on the drunk who killed his